Hello everybody, it is Dark Khan. So the news has been a buzz as of recently about the Iranian situation going on, about there possibly being war with Iran, World War III or whatever else have you. And if you have been paying attention to the internet in the recent few hours, it appears as if though that the conflict is dying down a bit. Iran is stepping down, America is stepping down, and things are starting to chill for the short term, for the very, very short term at least. But I don't think it is going to last long. But the thing that I wanted to comment on that I don't think is being talked about as much regarding the fight with Iran is the fact that they are stepping up their uranium enrichment. Target America. Iran to abandon nuclear deal and step up uranium enrichment. This is from Washington Examiner, and I just wanted to give this a read. It popped up in my notifications, and yeah, like I said, I don't think that this is getting as much attention as it probably should. Iran announced it would no longer abide by any limits on its enrichment of uranium in what could be the final blow to the country's 2015 nuclear deal. According to Iranian state TV, the Iranian government said Sunday that the country would end its commitment to the unraveling 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, which was negotiated by the Obama administration. The announcement, which came after President Trump ordered the killing of top Iranian General Qasem Soleimani on Thursday, raised concerns that the nation will move toward creating a nuclear weapon. However, Iran indicated it would continue to allow inspections by the International Atomic Energy Agency, but did not say what levels it would immediately reach in its program. It additionally noted that it is prepared to return to compliance with the deal if the U.S. removes sanctions on the country. And I'm just going to say right now that I do not trust Iran at all. The Caliphate of Iran, the leaders of Iran have been leading their citizens and whatnot in chants of death to America and all that stuff. And so I have no real reason to trust them. And plus, all the attacks that have been led by Soleimani, that has led in total to around 600 deaths of American troops that are in the Middle East. So I have no reason to trust Iran in that they aren't going to do something fishy or aggressive against the U.S. and whatnot. While Trump withdrew the United States from the agreement in 2018 with the goal of forcing Iran into a stricter deal, European leaders have attempted to keep constraints on Iran's nuclear program intact. Since America's withdrawal, tensions between the countries have continued to rise. In June, Iran shot down a multi-million-dollar U.S. drone. The nation later bombed oil refineries in Saudi Arabia before launching its latest series of attacks on American assets in Iraq, including the death of an American contractor and the attack on the U.S. Embassy. Some lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have expressed concern that war with Iran may be inevitable amid the escalation in Soleimani's death. Now, what do I think? I don't think that this was going to lead to World War III, or at least I was very skeptical about that notion. I do not think that it's an absolute impossibility, but I think that this would just lead into something similar to the second Iraq War, the one that was led by Bush Jr., of course, at most, anyways. I mean, Iran doesn't have any real close ties to any superpower that actually does currently have nuclear weapons, so I don't think it would get to that escalation of nuclear war. Like, Iran is not connected to Russia in the same way that Syria is, and is not connected to China in the same way that North Korea is. Though I have read before that Iran has some connections to North Korea. So maybe if the conflict was to get so intense that it pisses off North Korea, and then you have America fighting North Korea, if Kim Jong-un was to launch their nukes, then that alone would cause nuclear war by itself. But even then, just any kind of conflict with North Korea could possibly piss off China, and then we would have a China versus US war, but that would require a lot for that kind of chain reaction to happen. Fighting Iran causes fighting with North Korea, that causes fighting with China. That's a very long chain reaction, so therefore I am very skeptical. I was kind of skeptical overall about the idea of this leading to full-on World War III. But am I actually for war with Iran? I gotta say that no. I do not know if I am for actual war with Iran, though I am for not us being passive towards their attacks that they have against us. Like they killed an American contractor, and Soleimani is connected to the killing of around 600 U.S. troops. Like, yeah, you can argue that the troops shouldn't be there at all, period, but because Iran has this willingness to fight against us, to kill us, I think that there is a concern there in which we would have to retaliate against them. So it not only makes me highly distrustful of Iran to where that I will not bat an eye if they were to get destroyed, the government and the military more specifically, and why I don't bat an eye at all to Soleimani dying, but it also makes me somewhat sympathetic, not supportive fully, but sort of at this point sympathetic towards the idea of having a full-on armed conflict with Iran. And don't get me wrong, people, I am standoffish about saying this. Like, back during when they had attacked that one drone of ours, that one unmanned drone of ours over international waters, I disagreed with Ben Shapiro on the idea of going to war with Iran over a drone, that being the catalyst of it. But they have attacked a U.S. contractor. They have been tied to the attack on the embassy, which put in danger actual human lives, and that in of itself have a history of injuring and killing troops. So this is not just drones. They have a history of hurting actual lives of the U.S. And as of recently, with these recent escalations, it makes me somewhat sympathetic. And the fact that they are going back to enriching uranium, that makes me sympathetic as well, to be quite honest with you. But I think at this point, with the recent news of both sides stepping down, I think in the short term, at least, that Soleimani is the least that we could have done in retaliation to Iran. Anyway, I just wanted to get this video out very quickly, and tell me what you guys think. Am I totally off base in this? How much do you disagree, if at all, with me? Do you? And yeah, just leave your comments down below. And hope to talk to you later. See ya.